Well, there's been a spanner thrown in the works for the start of the AFL season this year for so many country clubs and community clubs, and as a result, a lot of clubs have been contacting us wondering, okay, how do we adjust and make sure the fitness of our players is not tarnished going into round one of the season. So in this video, I want to offer you a little bit of guidance and a little bit of comfort as to how you can structure your training and planning going forward so that when round one finally does come around, you and your club are ready to go. The first thing I wanted to mention is that the pre-season is obviously a time where you want to get your players fit and ready going into round one. You've probably done all the hard work and you're at the peak end of your training and getting ready for the first round of the season, and now this bloody coronavirus has chucked a big spanner in the works and you're worried about your player fitness and whether or not they're going to be able to maintain that going forward, especially when you're uncertain as to when the start of the season is actually going to be. The first thing I wanted to just give you some comfort on is in the running scene or in the football scene, we're dealing with quite a long season. So the fact is that even if you had your players 100% fit and ready to go by round one, the chances of that being maintained throughout the season is the same challenges we're facing right now. We're simply delaying the start of a season by 6 to 8 weeks. And it doesn't mean that your players have to lose what they've built up right now. So what I'm encouraging the teams that I'm working with to do is not totally forget about the hard work that they've put in and just take a few weeks off and just get back to it and do our best when we finally figure out when the start of the season is. But I'm using this as a chance to let our players refresh their legs, refresh their bodies, absorb some of that work that they've put in. That doesn't mean taking 2 or 3 weeks off. I'm getting each and every player on the teams that I'm working with just to do 20 to 30 minutes of slow jogging 2 to 3 times a week on top of their strength and conditioning program. The reason for that is that slower running will give them not only it'll give them a chance to change the scenery and get away from the repetitions that no doubt you've all been doing, but it'll just give that work that you've been putting into their legs some time to absorb. There's an incredible ability to be able to maintain fitness just off a couple of easy runs a week, and this is the perfect time to invest that into your players. A lot of clubs at this time think, oh my gosh, like we've put in all this hard work and now we've got, say, 8 more weeks till the season. Do we just keep smashing our players till then and hopefully their bodies will stay together? My personal opinion is a big fat no. I think that's a counterintuitive approach to running at this time of season because firstly, I think the stress that the players will feel about not knowing when the actual season's going to start can be a little barrier that they need to jump on. So trying to maintain a really intense workout session for another 8 weeks when players right now might be feeling a little lack of motivation or a little lack of enthusiasm is a counterintuitive approach. So 2 to 3 weeks of slower running, 20 to 30 minutes a week is a great idea, and going forward we can adjust the training when round one is actually listed as ready to go. Your goal right now is to maintain fitness. You don't need the players to be getting fitter and fitter and fitter and fitter and just hoping their bodies hold together for round one. You want them to have a chance to just sit back, relax, absorb the work that they've done, still get out and keep fit. And then when we have a set date in mind, say it's 8 weeks time, that's when we can specifically start to ramp up the training and the reps again. This can in fact be a great opportunity for players to dodge any potential niggles they might have had if you've gone a little bit hard, a little bit early. It's a great chance for you guys to adjust and reassess as a club. Hey, how are you dealing with the training that we've been doing? Is there anything that we feel like we need to adjust? Can you see the improvements in the player running? Can you see the improvement in their physical shape? By this time of the season, the answer should be yes. So going forward, if you can have that time to rest, you can have that time to sort of recalibrate where the club's at, you can use this to your advantage and come round one, man, you'll be ready to go. A lot of clubs in situations like this as well freak out. There's 2 sides to the story. One side of it is the team who takes it in their stride go, you know what, it's another challenge for us to accept and adapt to. It's usually teams who have dealt with injury and some frustration in the years who are more flexible and ready to roll with punches like this. The other teams are the ones who are like, no, we've had this program set in stone and it was supposed to be ready by round one, and now, like, what the heck are we supposed to do? It becomes a time of stress and confusion rather than a time of growth and adjustment. I would encourage you to try and take some lessons from the team over here, because if you can do that, this becomes an enjoyable process for your team to grow through There's a lot of camaraderie that can be built in times like this, and more than just camaraderie, there's some actual physical benefits that you can take out of this. The AFL season is long, so the fact that 6 weeks is going to make a huge difference to your fitness is ridiculous. If you're worried about that, I think, yeah, you're on the wrong program. So you want to make sure that this is a time just to adapt and adjust rather than freak out. When round 1 does start, you're still going to have 16 or 17 rounds to try and keep your body fit through. So if you can't adapt and adjust in a time like this, what makes you think you're going to be able to adapt and adjust throughout the season? Running is not just a pre-season thing that's going to enhance your football. It's something to get you fit for the season so that when the season does come around, we're ready to go. But we're going to have to adjust accordingly throughout the season so that you're as fit in round 12 as you are in round 1. Guys, there's a whole lot more information available to you if you're concerned, if you're unsure, at relaxrunning.com. Click on the AFL membership and you'll get access there. I'm more than happy to chat with you in more detail there, offer you some guidance, offer you some clarity, and work with your club to make sure that coming through the next couple of months is a time not filled with stress and confusion, but a plan and clarity, because this can be used to your advantage. So, hey, don't lose hope. This is still an opportunity to set a foundation for a big season, and you're going to see a lot of clubs do it, and there's no reason your team can't be a part of that process. So, hey, stay calm, stay relaxed, enjoy the process, be flexible, and there's no reason that come round 1 you can't be ready to go.